We are deep in the throes of Preda-tember, everybody. And with that, of course, we got to move on to the next film in the lineup. We're talking about Predator 2. What better action star to usurp Arnold Schwarzenegger than Danny Glover himself? We're going to talk all about it on a very in the city edition of the Review. You pussy face.
Tell you what, he ain't too old for this shit.
He's not too old for that shit in this.
Welcome to the Review, a show where two small-town dudes give you our big, dumb...
Oh, let me correct you, Troy, because we might have three small-town dudes on this one.
That is true. We have a returning guest from forever ago at this point. We got Big Aaron on the show. Big A is back and ready.
Fellas, how you doing?
Oh, shit.
He back via the Skype to get on some Predator 2 action.
Yeah, we were going to have you on for Predator 1, but you were baling hay.
Yes.
Instead, he should have just said, I wanted to bail and not do the show. But you wanted to save all your vigor and energy for Predator 2.
For the good one.
Yeah. But before we get into that top of the show, what everyone's been pining to hear, let's get into some news of the week, shall we?
Let's do it.
What do you say, Big A? Get into some news?
I'm in. Let's go, fellas.
All right. The first bit of news I have is pretty much the only one that I've seen that I was looking for news over the last day.
Yeah.
And that's Henry Cavill is apparently out to be Superman.
He ain't soupin' no more.
He gonna do no more soupin'.
He ain't no more soupin' no more.
Now, this is allegedly. It's not set in stone yet. But apparently he's out of the Superman line of films, WB, all that stuff. He's out.
Out.
The worlds of DC.
Goodbye.
He gone.
He gone.
According to the Hollywood Reporter. So that leads to say that Affleck will probably soon go out. If he hasn't already months ago.
Everything's falling apart.
He remains undecided. He's got to get healthy first, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Maybe
this just in. Batman just got a weird dragon tattoo for no reason.
The Batman with the dragon tattoo.
He just becomes like a crazy electronics expert that tortures men that tried to rape him.
Yeah. Change his name to Lisbeth or whatever her name is.
Oh, WB taking a weird turn with the DC universe.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What do you think about that? He's been in Man of Steel. He was in BVS, obviously Justice League.
Yeah.
Some say he was a bright part of Justice League.
Yeah, I mean he was starting to turn me around with his stint in Justice League.
Yeah.
But I mean, all of DC is a hot garbage fire at this point. So I mean,
that's true.
You're pretty much like the smartest person in a very dumb... being the smartest kid in a very dumb class does not really make you that good, I guess.
So yeah, I mean, he's already done 3 films. I don't know how many he was contracted for. I don't really care at this point.
I don't think WB even cares.
But so it begs me to say, if he's out and then also Affleck is out, why don't they just completely start over? I think
that's what they were aiming for, because I saw there was there's a
now
big,
they're aiming for it.
WB is doing a complete reshuffle of their entire DC universe is what I read. And this was the big rumor that because this is happening now, they're now everything's gonna be shaken up, everything's getting changed.
Right. And I also heard that Ray Fisher is he commented on not having a solo Cyborg movie, claiming that it would be very expensive, and not that he was very boring in Justice League and nobody would care.
Yeah, I mean that's the main thing. That it'd be really expensive.
Yeah. It just costs too much. You gotta have it for continuity, though.
Guys, come on. I mean, I'm CG. I'm 3/4 CG. Not even that. I'm like 7/8 CG in the entire movie. It's gonna cost too much. Don't accept the fact that I was just really boring to watch.
Yeah. Well, maybe you could do most of the movie in just that gray sweatsuit, like in Justice League.
Perfect. Yeah.
Well, enough about that shit. Let's go on to something else. Disney. You familiar?
I think I've heard a little bit about it.
Okay. Mouse as a mascot. They have a land and a world somewhere.
Okay.
Ringing any bells?
Don't they own everything now?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, now it's ringing bells. Now I know. The thing that owns everything.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Everything that's not Amazon is Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
if it's
go.
not Amazon, it's Disney.
Yeah. You can go out back and see an Iger Bezos cockfight. And just, I mean,
That's
they're swinging.
potentially the most
cocks at
disturbing
each other.
visual I've ever thought of in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
They fight in a Thunderdome with weapons made of petrified money.
Well, anyway, Disney has submitted Black Panther for all available award categories at this next coming Oscars.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, maybe for some, if it's all available Oscar categories.
True.
Like, well, maybe soundtrack. It had a pretty good soundtrack.
Yeah, I will give it the soundtrack. I'm sure there's like some original songs that are in there that might get some good attention.
Well, the whole soundtrack was an original by. Oh, I'm gonna screw that.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar, yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
Oh, I'm so
Got our rap
sorry.
expert here, Big A.
Get it together. Jeez.
So that was pretty cool. They haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
Speaking of soundtracks, if anybody happens to listen to our show on YouTube, we got flagged by a copyright infringement last episode for Predator because we put that goddamn Venom song by Eminem in there.
That's the one thing we got flagged for. If you didn't play the Venom one, we would have been perfect.
Yeah.
We still would have been able to get away with My Hat is Like a Shark's Fin from LL Cool J.
Right. And some
Big
of-
A, tell me you've heard that song from Deep Blue Sea.
I don't. I mean, probably at some point. Not within the last day or two.
You need to look it up on YouTube. LL Cool J from Deep Blue Sea writes an original song where the chorus is deeper, bluer, my hat is like a shark's fin.
It's classic.
Did that win an Oscar for original soundtrack?
I hope so. We're hoping.
It's up in the air. It's really like Schrodinger's Oscar at this point. it happened and didn't happen at this point.
It's probably the most perfect song ever made for a movie.
It happened in my heart for sure.
What I wanted to just follow up on is that you now can listen to our Predator review on YouTube because I fixed it. There's no longer that song in there anymore. YouTube actually makes it pretty easy to edit it out.
Yeah.
It's like, we found this chunk of this song in there. Would you like us to take it out so you can put up your video? And I just said,
Yes.
Yes.
That's very kind.
Yeah, and now it'll buffer. And now I don't know if it's clipped it together because we listened to it for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's going to be 30 seconds of dead air.
Or if it kept deeper, bluer, my hat is like a shark's fin.
Yeah.
Please tell me it kept deeper, bluer, my hat is like a shark's fin.
Maybe we should go back and listen, but I'm not
right.
going to do it right now.
And
Now
the
is not
shitty
the time.
and the shitty P Diddy Godzilla song that you put on there too.
Oh, yeah. That I was just listening for the Godzilla roar that never happened, so I blue-balled myself.
Come with me.
I couldn't. I blue-balled. Last bit of news I got, JT, is a Netflix news.
Yeah.
Netflix is Bright. Now, this, I know it may be old news, but I thought this was very interesting. Has been watched more than any other Netflix original, Netflix movie, or series, says the company, despite it having only a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like it is the most watched thing on Netflix. And Nielsen ratings said that at any given minute during its December release, that 11 million people were watching it.
Oh my God.
Right. Like almost all of December. So
Big Willie Styles all in it.
what the article I went in was pretty much saying, it was proving a point that because of that fact, Netflix still knows what they're doing to get eyes on them.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's rated well or not, because we say all the time that like Netflix movies kind of stink.
Yeah.
It's like a dumping ground. It's like the bargain bottom barrel like movie thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Direct-to-DVD shit.
They have some decent movies on there every once in a while, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying everything is garbage, but like I think it's a dumping ground for anything that the real like
If you can't get a theatrical release, then you aim for Netflix.
pretty much. But Netflix has that algorithm that's like, I know people like this, mash them together, they will watch, and
There you
that's
go.
true because it was one of the more popular movies of last year, and that was up next to like The Last Jedi and like the Jumanji sequel.
God.
Yeah.
Well, hey, can't wait for that sequel.
Hey.
Is that like how Skyscraper was seen by 1 million people a day, an hour in China, and 4 people in the United States saw it, though? Is it like that?
Well, I don't even know if it did super well in China either, I don't think.
I don't know.
I was trying to follow up on it. I don't think
Yeah,
it
isn't
did
it like a thing where like
gangbusters.
Chinese people won't play movies where it seems like there's like dark arts or magic?
Yeah, no, they're like, yeah, that's true. They're totally against that. But I know they did. Didn't they like film it in Beijing or say it was in Beijing or something? Aaron, did you see it?
I did not.
It all takes place in L.A.
But don't they have like there's like a scene devoted to like a Chinese market in the movie? I think.
I don't remember that at all.
Are you sure?
I think it's all in L.A. because it all takes place in one day.
Are you
In
sure?
Chinatown in LA, perchance?
Yeah, there you go. They probably go to Chinatown in L.A.
All right. Maybe it was for Chinese audiences only. Who knows? They do that in Transformers. They just have extra scenes thrown in for the Chinese market. For the Transformers.
What do the Chinese
Jetpacking
think
to
of the
Beijing.
Transformers?
Yeah, or they have just like Shia LaBeouf eating, like drinking Chinese milk or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's all the news I have for
Okay.
right now.
I've got some news as well. I just found this as awesome. One of the big Halloween costumes coming up. Halloween's right around the corner.
That's right.
I just saw there was an ad for an inflatable Han Solo and Carbonite costume where you pretty much wear a gray air mattress and put your head and hands through it.
So it's you just order a Casper mattress.
Yeah,
You just
comes in
step
the size of a mini fridge,
Yeah.
and then you put it on yourself. But no, it looked pretty funny. So.
Use our promo code REVIEW. No,
No,
it doesn't happen.
It doesn't work. We're talking about, of course, Preda-tember. We got a review of The Predator next week, and there's some controversy surrounding The Predator. Did you hear about any of this, Troy?
No, I haven't.
So I guess director Shane Black has a friend that he puts in his films every once in a while. It's like maybe a 2 or 3 minute long scene in all of his films. This guy just shows up and has like a small scene here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And they found out that he's actually a registered sex offender.
Oh, brother.
And of course, when he had that scene in The Predator, Olivia Munn found out about it and told Fox and got the scene cut. And yeah, now people are all up in arms about Shane Black, about why he's giving work to a sex offender.
Oh boy.
I was reading up on it, and it's still creepy, but it was like a 94, and he didn't have sex with anybody. He was just messaging a 14-year-old girl, which is still not good.
No.
But yeah, like they interviewed Shane Black, and he was like, I was just helping out a friend, blah blah blah. But people are up in arms, like, why are you endangering people's lives and shit like that.
Right.
And like I guess like Olivia Munn has said, like, people have like shunned her, like they don't talk to her from the cast because they're afraid that she's gonna like out them about something or whatever.
Oh,
I don't know.
brother.
It's weird. It's just a weird thing. I don't know.
It's no good.
Like I agree that yeah, like a dude that's like a registered sex offender it's fucked up. Like especially if they don't like he didn't tell anybody that he was a registered sex offender, which I think that's the probably the major thing about it. But he went to prison for it and did his time.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's weird.
I'm weird about the sex offender stuff though. So
Yeah.
that's sticky.
I don't know. It's just weird. It might be one of those things where it's like I got away with it for so long and now I'm getting picked up for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know. Aaron, do you know?
No,
Not gonna touch it. Too
Yeah.
hot.
it's a bad look.
Yeah, it's bad, but
A real bad boy look. If
it's a bad boy look.
you don't mind, I'm gonna crack a window.
Crack a window.
I'm beating up in here.
Yeah, it's getting hot. We talked about it earlier in the month, I think. The most popular movie Oscar has been postponed officially.
I mean, canceled indefinitely.
That too. It was a dumb idea from the beginning. You don't need an award if you're making a fuck ton of money.
Right? The money is your reward.
The money is your buy a fucking award if you're that fucking butthurt.
It was just to appease, like, Marvel fans.
Yeah, they
much.
just want to get more people to watch their shit.
Maybe they're just steamed that Suicide Squad won an Oscar and they've never have.
Yeah. Give us a chance to win.
And out of everything, Suicide Squad was it. What the fuck? Are you kidding?
It's a classic. Come on, that makeup on the Joker, fantastic. Damaged.
Gross.
But that's all my news. There was not a lot of news this week.
Classic. I do have a little bit. It's not a direct fan mail, but
What? Male scream?
yes, male
Hold on.
scream. Male
Hold on.
scream.
Let's get the male scream up here. Male scream.
God, I love it.
Oh God.
I gotta find my screenshots. Where is it at here? Here we go. And it's from somebody quite familiar.
Who?
Jude Smith
What?
actually wrote in on an Imperious Rex comment board
Oh my
on
God.
below a video asking this question. Now, we did answer a bit of it on here, but I wanted to get your input on this question,
Okay.
JT.
Okay.
So he said, I've listened to a few episodes of the Review podcast. Quit being coy, Jude. We know you're a
Bastard.
You've listened to every single one. A very clever name indeed. JT, take a bow. That was your name. Yeah. But I was wondering, what do you look at while you podcast? And do you just stare at each other the whole time? Is there a screen in front of you? He's asking for a friend.
I'm usually looking to make sure the audio's not fucked up.
Yeah. But we pretty much answered saying, we do look at each other. It'd be weird, I don't think, if we did.
Yeah. We do stare longingly into our eyes for quite a long periods of time.
I mean, sometimes we don't even blink for a whole ep.
Yeah. Sometimes the background behind us fades and we just stare longingly into our eyes.
As we're just silhouetted.
Yeah. And then everything kind of gets fuzzy.
That's right.
And then sometimes when we touch starts playing.
That's right. It's a really beautiful thing.
It is. You
This-
need to be here to see it live.
I mean, that's why I crack a window most times, because it gets hot
it
in
is
here.
like a love sauna in here.
The smell of the lovemaking is really gross.
The audible lovemaking.
So yes, we look at each other.
Yeah, we do.
Obviously. What do you think, Jude? Come on.
Yeah.
The only time I would never look at somebody is like when we have them on Skype, and I can't see Aaron at all.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I'm not jumping all over it.
Big A, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the IMDb page for Predator 2 and an empty whiskey glass currently.
Oh my God. Well, fill it up.
Fill it up, Buttercup.
Fill it up, Buttercup.
As he quickly minimizes Pornhub.
He's not answering.
This screen sharing, that's not funny.
What else? Hey, so that I think would bring us to.
Oh gosh, yeah, we got to get into the big one.
We need to get into.
We got to do the big one.
We need to get into it.
We got to do a big segment
Mhm.
of Neil's bits
That's right.
coming up right about now. Neil's bits.
Beep.
people dying, it's the pits. Please stay tuned to Neil's Bits.
Yep. Neil's Bits.
Yes, sir.
It's a big one. It's a big bit.
Big.
Long song for a big bit.
That's right.
All right, there you go.
Big bit.
It's a big bit.
Whoa!
Jesus.
What is going on over there? So passing away, leaving this mortal coil
Yeah.
on September 6th. Happens to be my wedding anniversary.
Oh my
So now I'll
God.
carry this with me my whole life.
Way to go.
Dying at 82 years old, Burt Reynolds
Yeah.
left us due to a heart attack.
Ugh.
I know. It's too bad. I haven't seen a whole lot of Burt Reynolds films, to be honest. But he's a cultural namesake.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows this
Everyone
guy.
knows Burt Reynolds.
Everybody knows that Cosmo spread.
Exactly.
You kidding? It's a sexy, sultry beast.
So sexy.
Oh, hairy. Also,
That's right. Well, as a hairy man to a hairy man, I tip the hat to
Yeah.
the man.
He made hairy bodies pretty sexy. And the mustache. I don't think anyone else has worn a mustache as good as Burt Reynolds.
The only one that even comes close is Selleck.
True. Oh my God.
It's
A Burt
it's a-
Reynolds, Tom Selleck mustache off.
Uh-huh.
set up the first two on the Mount Rushmore of Hollywood mustaches.
That's right.
That's very true.
What would be the other two?
I
I mean, we could go the other way. John Waters has an
John
interesting
Waters- yeah,
mustache.
the pencil
The pencil
mustache.
thin
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah. Oof, man.
Wilford Brimley? No.
No.
probably
The walrus.
Henry Cavill.
Newest edition, Henry Cavill.
Is that why he quit? Do you think
Yeah.
it was over the upper lip controversy
The
that he
musta-
just backed out of it?
The mustache was just too much.
Now, I don't know if it was that because he made his money.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
On those reshoots for Superman, the original cut of Justice League, and Paramount shoveling out a ton of money to keep him to not shave that mustache.
Yeah.
So he made out.
Made bank.
Maybe Cesar Romero?
There you go. The
That's a
painted
good-
over mustache.
That's right. It was so powerful he wouldn't even shave it to play the Joker. Just paint over it. There we go. That's the Mount Rushmore
know.
of mustaches.
That Buford T. Justice one though.
Well,
We'll get into that later. We got a special show lined up for our Monday.
yeah.
We'll tell you about.
Well, why don't we just plug it right now?
Okay, so yeah, since
people,
we're in here.
if people aren't going to make it to the end of the ep, we
Yeah.
can plug it right now.
Well, for our Mondays, we've been doing some flashback episodes. We did one flashback episode, but we figured since we don't want to disgrace Predator 2
That's right.
by burying it in a twofer, we'll do a special Monday episode where we'll do a full-fledged review for Burt Reynolds' classic Smokey and the Bandit.
That's right. I'm actually really excited to talk about it.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. Let's get this Predator 2 over with. Talk about Smokey and the Bandit. But no, yeah, that's for our Monday show. So tune in on Monday.
Yep.
We got a big show lined up. It's
That's
gonna be
right.
fun.
And that one's going to be review only. It's not going to be any news.
Nope,
It's just
no
straight
news.
into the movie
Yep,
review.
and Big A will be on for that too. Will you, Big A?
Amen.
Oh,
that is a classic film in my family.
Yeah.
Solid gold, baby.
Solid gold.
Sweet deal. Well, then that means I think we're done.
Done.
Great.
It's done.
Aaron, we're not done. We're doing trailers. The footage is done. It just put the movie out there.
Yeah.
It's the joke.
The trailer's done. There's plenty to draw from. Just put the movie out.
At this point, what are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for? It's done.
It's done. It's done.
Aaron, it's done.
It's done? Is it done?
It better be done.
Aaron, have you seen any good trailers out lately?
I'm trying to think. The The only thing I was potentially looking for, or there's two movies I'm looking forward to, but the trailers are old. One is the Hotel Artemis, which intrigues me, though I think it could be bad.
Yeah.
The other is Bohemian Rhapsody, because yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. That second trailer I actually liked quite a bit for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Since we're talking about old trailers, you know what I'm really looking forward to that has a really awesome trailer? A Star is Born.
That looks really good as well.
Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, I did see the trailer for that.
God damn.
Yeah, hopefully that's good.
That scene where like Lady Gaga like jumps in on the song, she's like, oh, and like, oh fuck yeah. Get in there.
Get in it. Yeah, that's good. I got 2 trailers this week, JT.
Okay.
And one of them, first one here, is a Netflix show. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Yeah, that's the only one I have.
It's coming out November 16th.
Yes.
A Coen Brothers joint.
Who you?
Has a slew of actors in it. James Franco is in it, but he's not the Buster Scruggs.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're the one that's been bringing up this
Yeah,
movie
it was
here
supposed
and
to
there.
be a show, and then they turned it into a movie, but it looks like they're still kind of going by the same premise that it's just like kind of an anthology of Western stories set in the West.
Okay, sure. Hopefully it's more.
Because there's like freaking crazy ass Nick Nolte's in there.
Yeah. Hopefully it's more. Well, I don't want to say like. What's the last one I did about Hollywood?
Oh shit, Hail Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that one. You could almost say that was like an anthology type thing too. Everything was kind of tied together, but it was kind of like here and there and there. Mm-hmm. I wasn't a huge fan of that one. Mm-hmm. But this one looks really good.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm just into watching some more westerns or something, but it's like feeling like scratching that itch. You know what I mean?
And they always do pretty good with westerns, like because they brought up in the trailer "No Country for Old Men" and "True Grit," and both of them were pretty good.
Yeah, molto bene.
Hiyo.
They're really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Ballad of Buster Scruggs, if not for only just the name Buster Scruggs.
And they're putting out in theaters for like a brief stint too, because Netflix is totally jonesing for that Oscar nom. Those nom-noms.
That's what Amazon has that Netflix does not.
Yeah, well, that's because Amazon is smart and like waits a couple months before they put it on their service.
Sure. The other one I got is called Viper Club, and this one I wasn't going to even include, but it is a film that stars Susan Sarandon.
Hiyo.
And Matt Bomer.
Oh my gosh!
Chelsea.
Sea Dog is over here
wetting the floors over here.
Wetting her whistle.
Yikes. Felt that from here.
And
oh god.
There's a few other names I didn't write down, but the one reason I thought it would be interesting is that it's going to premiere on YouTube.
Whoa, shit.
A YouTube original. Yeah, Jesus, Chelsea.
What is happening over there?
She is having a moment to herself, if you know what I mean.
Pull up the curtain, my God.
Oh my, he is handsome. My goodness.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know when it's going to premiere, and I don't know how.
Is it going to be like on YouTube Red, or is it going to be like on YouTube? Like
it just said YouTube Original. I don't know what that means. It's probably. I'm assuming produced by YouTube, and it's like a rental kind of a thing, like for $2.99 you can rent it or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the Google behind them.
Yeah.
So, like, to finance all this stuff, I don't see why they wouldn't have done this already. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Susan Sarandon, Oscar winner. Matt Bomer, Golden Globe winner. Like
the object of Sea Danger's heart.
That's right. That's most important for me at this point. So, yeah. Check that out on YouTube whenever. Viper Club.
Viper Club.
Viper.
Tiger. Well, with that, we have the review tournament of random movies.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, I don't know if you've caught up with these at all.
Some of.
Well, the last winner we had was Falling Down. We're gonna do that somewhere in the near future. You've seen Falling Down, Big A?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's,
In my dreams on occasion.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how it plays out given our current climate. So I have a feeling there's some scenes in there that are gonna be hi-yo.
I think there were some definite, like, racially charged and/or stereotypical moments in there that would not play well in 2018,
Yeah.
or play very well, depending on how you look at things.
Yeah, it might be a bit troublesome, but I'm curious to tackle it in the near future. But with that being said, we do have our next tournament up and running. Our first matchup in there so far was between the Meg and the Ladies Man. Troy, I know that you were favoring the Ladies Man. Did you see you won?
No, I didn't. So
Well-
I'm assuming because you said that, it wasn't the ladies.
Yeah, the Meg just totally... It, like, beat the shit out of it. There was, like, 88% the Meg.
Man.
So,
All those fish sandwiches just attracted the giant megalodon.
yeah.
A megalodon.
Yep. Somewhere out there, Tim Meadows is being like, that's disgusting. But there you go. The Meg advancing in our current tournament of random movies. The first film entered into the quarterfinals. But we got another film, two films
Okay.
put in there. We'll see if you or Big A could guess which ones they are. One from 1994 is based off of a video game.
Okay.
And another one from 1984 is based off of a book. The one from 1984, I'll give you the tagline: "The Ultimate Battle."
Street Fighter?
That's what I was thinking. It's either that or Mortal Kombat, but I can't remember what year each of those came out. But I'm gonna stay with Street Fighter.
It is, in fact, Street Fighter.
Yes.
The very last film of Raul Julia.
Oh no. Tiger.
And the next one, based off a book from 1984, a boy that needs a friend finds a world that needs a hero in a land beyond imagination.
This is the never-ending story.
The never-ending story. That's right.
Okay.
So Street Fighter versus the never-ending story.
I have never seen the never-ending story.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Not once.
You have not witnessed the tragedy that is Artex?
That means nothing to me. I don't know what that
Have you
means.
seen the never-ending story, Big A?
I vaguely remember as a very young person crying during
Oh,
a
God.
portion of that film.
Oh,
Is
Artex.
quicksand involved? Is
Yeah.
this what am I in the right
The Pit
realm
of
things?
Sorrows. The Pit of Sorrows, because Artex was so sad.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, my God.
But not seen it since then. I was scarred for life.
It's legit a kid's movie, and you're watching... I won't ruin it for you, Troy, because it's pretty fucked up.
All right.
And it's a goddamn kids
Spoiler
movie.
alert from 1984.
Yeah. It happens in the first half hour, too. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, ruin this movie any faster, why don't you?
All right. Is that the big dog dragon or whatever it is?
Oh, yeah. There's, what the hell's his name? The Joy Dragon or something. Falcor. Yeah.
Falcor. All
Fucking
right.
Falcor.
I don't fucking know. That's the only thing I know about this movie is a dog dragon.
Goddamn dog dragon. So there you go.
Sweet.
Street Fighter versus the Neverending Story. We'll see who advances next week. I love these matchups.
These are
There's-
fucking weird picks.
How are these decided? I have to know.
Well, I got an app on my phone that just gives you a random movie, and it's like from any time. So I just pick the ones that I know that I think would be interesting, and then I just add them into the bracket.
Last tournament, did you do more weeding out last tournament?
Yeah.
Okay, because this one seems like it's just like, first spin. Yep. That's the one.
Well, I tried it because last time I did a lot of personal preference. This one I'm like, let's let's change it up. Let's see how weird we can get.
All right.
Really taking the brakes off, see what happens.
Yeah. No stop signs, no speed limits. It's fucking anarchy out here with
That's right.
never-ending story.
That's right. This time I decided to
and
turn
the
off
ladies, man. Like, what the fuck?
Come on, ladies, man. It's good.
It was never really good. I just didn't want to watch the Meg.
Oh man.
All right, well then that will bring us right into the meat of this sandwich.
Back into Preda-tember.
That's right, baby. Predator 2 dropped in our laps in November, the 21st of November,
winter release.
1990, with a budget of $35 million. Domestically,
Jesus.
Domestically, it made $30.6 million.
Aaron just did a spit take.
Yeah. Worldwide, making $57.1 million. Making it, I don't even know, $22 million ahead. Probably not really, though, because with marketing costs, it probably is in
Maybe,
the
yeah.
negative still
Yeah.
to this day.
Because they did have plans for a 3, which I'll get into.
Great.
Didn't happen until, what, 2000 and...
Yeah. Well, they had plans. They had plans for a 3 based off of what happens in the movie.
Oh.
Look out, yo.
Yeah. I'll let you guys know
Spoiler.
when we
Alright.
get to it.
Rotten Tomatoes has this movie at a 28%. IMDb has it at a 6.2 out of 10. And Gone with the Twins
Oh, bringing them back.
put this at a 6 out of 10. This is the
Okay.
number 38th movie that came out from the box office
Yeah.
in the year 1990.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have you guess 37 through 1.
Jesus.
And that's been a running thing. Anytime I tell them, this was the number 17th movie that came out in 1962 or whatever. Can you guess what was number
Ugh.
10 through 1?
Yeah.
Joel's like terrible at that game.
I don't know when movies come out in certain years. It
I don't
sucks.
either, and that's what makes it funny for me. It's the one troll I get to do. Just let me have
Let me have it.
This also ranks number 5 in the box office of Predator movies, which there are only 5.
Does that include Aliens versus Predator?
It does.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's number 1.
It and this is in total gross and unadjusted box offices.
Yeah.
It ranks number 5.
Jesus.
Damn it!
I know. Let me see if I can open up that tab. I think I still have it open. I'll give you what... Joel, I'll ask you what do you think 5 through 1 is? Number 5 is...
90. Jesus.
Well, no. What's the order of the Predator movies?
Oh,
Like,
and in
what's-
terms of how much they made, well, I'm pretty sure. Shit, probably AVP probably made the most. And
AVP
then-
did make the most.
yeah. And then maybe, because I think you brought up Predator. I don't think you said Predator made that much. So probably Requiem, which sucked.
Requiem is number 2.
God. And then probably Predator. And then what else came out that was Predator related? Oh, Predators. Yeah, Predators is probably 3.
Predators is 3.
And then Predator 2.
Yep, you got it. That was
Because like
for
all the newer shit, like they just market the fuck out of it, so they're just like, oh yeah.
That's right. If you're adjusting for inflation, though,
Oh, Jesus.
Predator is number 1.
Oh shit, yeah.
And then it's pretty much...
Can't beat that Schwarzenegger money.
That's right. Yeah. So anyway, that's some fun little facts for you right there, JT. But
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I got for fun facts.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, what happened in Predator 2? Or would I like to give that
Hey,
to
Big
our
A,
guest?
what happened in Predator 2? What's the plot of Predator 2?
Murtaugh moves to L.A. Gary Busey follows him. No, I think he was dead. IMDb says, amidst a territorial gang war in 1997, way in the future, sophisticated alien hunters stalk citizens of Los Angeles, and the only man between him and his prey is veteran LAPD officer Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, Danny Glover.
Harrigan. God damn it, Harrigan. Damn it, Harrigan. Ah, shit. God damn it, Harrigan. You're a menace.
Yeah. Yeah, very good, Aaron. Or IMDb or whatever it is. So, going into this, like, this is all spoilers, P.S. This came out in 1990.
We don't give a fuck.
This is how it's going to go. I did not know how to take... This is the first time I've actually seen Predator 2.
Yeah. I remember watching it when I was much younger, and I don't remember it as this. Because I was younger, and I think that was one of the first movies I saw where it's like, oh, shit, blood!
At least it's not, oh, shit, blood.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a different story.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't know how to take this. You kind of talked it up, but from your memory, it was like, I watched Predator 2 a lot, and I'm like, okay, I'll see if I can watch this and see what I can get out of it.
Yeah.
And I heard, and like, because The Predator is coming out soon, a lot of other shows I've been listening to have been doing Predator retrospectives.
Yeah.
And they're talking it up as kind of like almost like it's kind of campy, like, over the top fun.
Yeah.
But I never got to really that point.
I took it. I don't remember it like this. Like, I don't think I liked it as much as I did back when I was a kid. But I could see where they were going with it, though.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Like, I think if they would have gone down this same route, I would have been really into it because, like, Predator, like the first Predator was like kind of like a military action film where a Predator jumps in.
Yeah.
And this one is like a hard-nosed detective action film where a Predator jumps in.
But a weird one.
Oh, yeah. It is fucked up. Like,
it's like if it takes place in New Detroit.
Yeah.
From RoboCop.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But I think that's what they kind of do because they ramp up like the machismo in the first one, and this one they ramp up like anything detective based. Like, hey, so you know those movies where like a detective is like pitted against a gang? Let's take that times 1,000, where gangs have every gun known to man and they're doing drugs constantly.
But
I had the thought early on, like, is this the alternative future from Back to the Future 2? Is this Biff's America where this takes place?
Yeah,
like,
I want the Easter egg where they drive past Biff's casino.
Yeah. This has to be it, because, like, machine guns on the street, 7 newscasters covering it live, cops laying dead in the street,
Yeah, that's what
pandemonium everywhere. And only Danny Glover can stop it through some really strange car maneuver or whatever.
yeah, he just whips in there with his caddy.
Yeah, he just stuffs a bunch of bulletproof vests in his windows and then just hauls ass into some fucking gang members.
Because that'll stop it.
And then, like, somehow sneaks up behind them and shoots them all in the back.
Yeah.
But not until he yells at them, "I'm right here, asshole," so they can turn and start to shoot at it. That was my favorite part of that.
Also, I love how, like, I feel like the guys that, like, produced this movie were like, we need 2 gangs to fight each other. And this was, like, at, like, the height of, like, the war on drugs. So it's like, what are the 2 worst drugs out there? Marijuana and cocaine. Where does cocaine come from? Colombia. Where does marijuana come from? Jamaica?
Jamaica, clearly.
So let's take those 2 drugs and pit them against each other in human form.
How can we make this as stereotypical as possible? A bunch of Rastafarian Jamaicas are weed guys, and the Colombian super not white people are the cocaine runners.
Even down to where, like, they have the Jamaicans doing voodoo, and Jamaicans don't do voodoo.
Right. That's like a Haiti thing,
yeah,
right?
that's Haitian.
Haitian, yeah.
That's some
very
Haitian shit. It's so bad. They just like, yeah, Jamaicans, they do that voodoo shit, right? No.
I mean, okay, so this the movie opens hot. Like, this opening...
Oh, yeah.
We're only in the opening scene at this point,
Yeah.
what you described.
Everyone is shooting every gun ever made at each other.
Yeah, Aaron, you brought up that, like, literally newscasters are in the middle of the firefight.
Yeah, there's
Just
newscasters like ducking bullets all the time in the opening scene. And my favorite is that the gun, it's 1997, so it's the future, so all the guns have like a little sight on them because it's
Right.
the future.
Right? But otherwise, there's no other future things in this. Just weirder guns.
But they all look like they're dressed from the 1940s.
That's
Like
what
they
I was
all,
gonna
like,
say.
there's that scene where they have the big hats and the suits on all the
Yeah.
time. I was so confused.
I know, it's like they thought like, okay, so we're pretty sure like 1940s fashion is in, so let's do 1940s, but everyone is multicolored.
Yeah,
Like get like
right.
multicolored 1940s fashion. Like everyone's wearing fedoras and big overcoats, but they're like red.
I thought you meant there's going to be different ethnicities. I thought that's where you were going for.
Well, that too. You have a African American
Oh, yeah.
police officer, and two of his cohorts are Latino, and
Oh,
the
Danny
white guys
boy.
think the third banana dummy they don't like.
Oh,
so,
God.
very progressive in that way.
Fucking
Yeah.
Bill Paxton.
Holy shit. I want to say I loved Bill Paxton's
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
jokes in this. They were a lot better
was
than
so
the big pussy jokes from the last movie.
Yeah.
Those were fucking weird.
Shane Black's big pussy jokes. Although they couldn't hold back from Danny Glover calling a predator pussy face.
Face. And the Predator calling him a motherfucker.
Oh my god. I have an idea about that when we get near the end. That is hilarious at the fact that the Predator knows a motherfucker, where Arnold Schwarzenegger's line to him was so iconic that it is spread through Predator lore that this Predator 10 years later
Right.
knows the word motherfucker.
I I really enjoyed that fact, actually. No. What I thought was really on the nose is that, like, the Predator definitely has a vaginal mouth. Like, even
Oh, yeah.
way more so
Yeah.
than, like, the first one. Because, like, the first one, there's just, like, a small mouth in, like, the big gaping mandibles or whatever. This
Yeah.
one, there's full-out, like, labia minora inside that thing. Like, after he called him a pussy face or whatever he said,
He's like, what?
he always like opens up his gaping maw, and it's like, there is definitely a clitoris right there. Like, it is so vaginal. Like, so vaginal. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's not wrong.
That's how you subdue it.
Yeah.
You just tickle.
Stimulate him.
Yeah.
That's the real secret. No one ever
They-
got it
dude.
because, of course,
They
it was
can't
a
find it.
Everyone knows a predator orgasm's a myth.
Yeah, right. To stimulate his uvula. So another fun fact in
Well,
this
the predator puked a baby.
is that Dutch was supposed to be originally
Yeah, Dutch was
in this
supposed to
movie.
be Gary Busey's part in
yeah,
this.
which I found that if that was the case, I would have really enjoyed that fact.
Yeah, but then they gave the script to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he said, "This is stupid."
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger said this is stupid.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger said this script was stupid.
He didn't like the new directors, and he didn't like that it was in the city.
Yeah,
For whatever reason, he thinks predators can't be in the city. That was like his main.
I did like the fake out in the opening scene where they like pan up for 1/2 of a second on a palm tree to make you think they're still in the jungle, and then
Yep.
it's
Right.
skyline. We're
Right.
actually in
we
the
are in the jungle, the L.A.
the
jungle,
concrete jungle.
concrete jungle, Billy the Beast.
Even though if there was a trailer for this movie, they'd obviously be in the city, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think they could ever.
You can't
Yeah.
fake out
It's
the
not
audience.
another tree for the entire film after that opening shot.
They just show random scenes of trees. Predator 2. Here's a tree. Here's a tree. Where are we at? Find out.
Los
In the movie.
Angeles. What?
But yeah, and because I think now that the Dutch part was out and like Gary Busey is in as this Keys character,
Yeah.
do you like? Because I thought when Gary Busey was introduced, he'd have like a much bigger role, and he didn't really. He
Yeah.
kind of showed up a few times.
He kind of just played like the FBI guy in like most detective movies where they're like, "This is our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out."
Yeah. And I thought, but I bet you if it was anything, Schwarzenegger would have been all through this movie, like tag teaming with Danny Glover.
Oh yeah, or he'd have been.
Would
Or
have
he,
had to rewrite the entire script.
yeah.
Yeah.
He probably would have been like way more physical. Like he would have like threw Danny Glover through a fucking window or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here! It's my investigation.
Yeah. He's wearing like a big baggy ass suit. Arnold's, it's like a circus
Oh no, he's gonna
tent
find
on
a reason to take his shirt off, dude.
At
It's
least
Arnold
rip the
Schwarzenegger.
sleeves
Yeah.
off his blazer.
He ends up in just suspenders in the pants.
Oh my
19 seconds into the film.
You
Yes.
Somehow.
That would
Still
be
covered in mud.
That'd be
Yes.
amazing.
Get down!
This is the way I beat them. I cover myself in mud.
That would be funnier if he's the whole time saying, just repeating, "Cover yourself in mud," just every instance.
It's close. Put mud on.
Cover yourself in mud.
He
Get
just
to
throws-
the chopper.
He just keeps throwing mud at people. It's close. Mud.
What's he doing?
Stop throwing mud at us, person named Dutch.
Why is your name Dutch?
Oh god.
You don't understand. Mac. Mac.
So, do you guys take Danny Glover seriously as an action star? Because he's not the same character as in Lethal Weapon, really.
No. Yeah, because
But
they try and play.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, he is, but you can, like, kind of see through it that he's, like, trying to be tougher. Because
Yeah.
at least Lethal Weapon, he's just like, I'm fucking too old for this shit, like
Yeah.
every other line.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
he's like in all the Lethal Weapons. He's like 1 foot outside the door for retirement.
Are you
In
gonna
this,
say
he's
the
just
grave?
like that too. But in this, he's just like, yeah, they're trying to like, you need to be tougher, you need to be meaner, and he's just like, he just calls people asshole all the time. Like
Yeah,
he's
just
still
somehow
murder.
him saying "son of a bitch" and "fuck you" a million times, and that's how he does it.
Yeah, like he's still Murtaugh, but he's just like, up your ass, motherfucker.
And then shoots you in the back.
Yeah, like it's just like he like you can almost see every scene where like he plays it as Murtaugh. It's like, but meaner. It's like fine.
No,
I'll-
meaner.
Yeah, I'll do
Riggs
the same.
isn't here. You have to be both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the same scene, but just call him an asshole and fuck you. That's all I'll do.
I did really enjoy though when he was trying to choose a weapon and he opens up his trunk and he's got like the the like the pegboard of guns in his trunk and he's like, no, that one won't do. And then he looks up and there's one in
Yeah.
like the leather holster and he's like, yeah. And then he goes
Yeah,
and
and he pulls out that like shotgun pistol.
yeah. It was. I really
Which
enjoyed.
I
that
also
part.
love how like in 1990 they thought that we were gonna totally double down on laser sights.
Everyone was gonna have 3 laser sights
God.
on everything.
Laser sights are totally in. They're going to be the future. People are going to watch this movie and be like, holy shit, they predicted laser sights.
Also, cop cars are gonna be minivans in the future because why not?
Yeah.
You can fit more people in it. It makes sense.
They'll have a Chrysler Grand Caravan as their squad car.
Yeah.
I also.
Every cop is going to double as a pimp in the future.
I also really enjoyed that they had the quintessential busy police station. You go in, it's
Yeah.
like shoulder to shoulder, people just cursing each other
Yeah,
out and getting in
everyone's just-
fights. And it's like, what? No.
I kept thinking like, okay, we get it. There's a lot of crime in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love the host of Hardcore, the fucking TV show. Like,
This is the best
it looked
show.
like his whole show just consisted of him yelling about how everything's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, police ain't doing shit.
And then they have the scorecard: 5 dead criminals, 1 good top
He's
down.
keeping track of every crime. The score is 5 dead criminals, 2 dead loyal police officers. Who the fuck's gonna stop this shit?
Yeah, he just
It's like,
goes-
this is on public access, or what the fuck is this show on?
just going rogue on national television.
Like when he like
It's
breaks into-
1997, man. There's no boundaries.
He breaks into that penthouse. It's like, Harrigan, you know. He's just getting getting dragged off. He's like shooting camera at this fucking all these skinned people hanging from the roof.
Okay, so compared to Predator, like Predator 1,
Yeah.
what did you think of the Predator in this? Because I said the Predator in Predator was
Yeah.
a bit of a coward.
Yeah. I think in this one, they made him a bit of like a superhero, and they gave him a shit ton more stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot more stuff.
They gave him like all of his like famous weapons in this.
But I think he still sucked. Because
Yeah,
it's like even like when you're fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah, that's kind of a feat.
Uh-huh.
But he's getting his ass kicked by Danny Glover.
Yeah.
And like I think Danny Glover was getting more of an upper hand over him when he was just him with a fucking saw blade in his hand.
Yeah.
As opposed to a gun.
Right.
Like he shot him like 6 times and did nothing, and he just threw a saw blade in his chest and he died.
Yeah. It really stuck it to him though.
He did. Hi-yo.
So I thought this Predator was like a bit more of a dick, I guess.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't out necessarily for like the thrill of the hunt, more of just like a slasher.
Yeah, like I think he was just more about like, if someone's holding a gun, I'm gonna kill the shit out of them, unless they're pregnant.
Right.
which was the whole thing, and then was never mentioned again. Like, oh, she's
Yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah, like who's she fucking?
Who knows?
Yeah,
Or, like-
also that.
I was thinking that there was gonna be like this big thing at the end where it's like the predator like somehow impregnated her,
Ugh.
which I was gonna be like, oh shit.
Thanks.
That's a totally different movie.
Yeah.
Is that what your Predator 3 script is? Is that?
No, I read up on it. I was going through IMDb because there's a thing at the end that I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I went up and looked it up, and it was like supposed to be part of a sequel.
Oh,
But I'll bring it up when we get
there.
when we get there.
Okay. So yeah, not only is I thought the Predator was more of a dick and like a slasher, like this movie also like kind of did what like Terminator to Terminator 2 and Alien to Aliens.
Yeah.
Like they made kind of a suspenseful kind of movie into like more of an action-y kind of movie.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily wrong. Like Aliens totally killed in the box office. T2 is one of the best movies of all time, totally surpassing their predecessors.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't think worked. Like personally, I don't think I like the Predator after these two things in a row, Predator and Predator
Yeah.
2. I just don't think I like him as like a concept. Like
Yeah.
this alien hunter looking for the most dangerous game or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I don't think it's handled very well.
Yeah.
There's almost no exposition to that effect until there's 20 minutes left in the movie. And they're like, oh,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you just watch this, you would use like he's just killing people because
Oh, God.
okay.
There's like a fucking almost offensive info dump when like Gary Busey fucking kidnaps Danny Glover and he's like, here's everything you need to know, and it's just like it's like legit almost five minutes of just him just explaining everything that's happened, where you're like, holy shit, you couldn't have at least like given us like small bits of this throughout. You have to just dump it all on us now.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, this happened in the first movie, and then this. Now this is where we're at now.
Right.
And yeah, now we're trying to get this technology, blah blah blah.
Right.
Now we gotta do this. And you're like, whoa, shit, what happened?
Right. Yeah, right.
Where are we now?
Aaron, what do you think of the Predator as a franchise?
I'm kind of with you. Like I watched these, and I think for 1990, they were really cool concepts, but I think they're just really poorly handled. Like I don't know a good way to do it.
Yeah, I think Predator works as a standalone movie, and like you can jump off from there. But I think in this one, I think they needed to sprinkle like more Predator lore in, maybe, or make him just as mysterious. Like go either
Right.
way. I don't know which
They-
way is better, but
Like cutscenes of him like considering killing the little kid because it's holding a toy gun that doesn't really do anything. Like I don't know. I don't know. It just wasn't great ever.
like
Yeah.
he's supposed to have some moral compass. Like okay, he won't kill a pregnant lady, and he can recognize a kid's toy gun, but then he'll just skin a dude and leave him hanging. It's like, where's the cutoff here?
Yeah, but he does, like, he's like, the people that he skins, they do have, like, dangerous weapons, and he does kind of treat it like a game, even though it's a lot of people. Like, that apartment scene, he has skinned and killed at least 8 people that he hangs from that fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, in the first Predator, like, he does it to, like, maybe he kills people one at a time. But yeah, in this, like, he'll go into a room full of people and just murder, like, nonstop.
Yeah. Granted, they were the bad guys, but then, like, he doesn't...
But he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
They're just guys with weapons.
Yeah, he's just here because, like, they bring it up where, like, predators are drawn to places that are, like, violent and warm. Like, those are the two things.
That was the thing about the
I must
opening
have
scene
missed
that made me the most angry is they said like 10 times it's 110 degrees, but yet the humans are still bright red and everything else is blue.
Yeah, I know. I love they brought that up where it's like, it's so hot. And then they're like,
It's
that's
so
why,
hot.
Yeah, that's why it's so violent, because it's so hot. There's a heat wave. I want to kill something.
Well, it's hot
Or
right here
even
right
like
now. I'm
Danny
killing these
Glover's
beers.
wanting Bill Paxton to fix the air conditioner. Did you remember it was hot because the air conditioner's broke and I'm hot?
Yeah. I just want to see them, like, sit in, like, a fucking air-conditioned room, and they're just like, well, this isn't fun. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Sorry, if you hear that clanging, it's a washing machine going absolutely ape shit on our podcast night. No shade thrown.
but no, I don't, like, I'm not, like, totally drawn off by, like, Predator and Predator 2, because, like, I understand that it's, like, not, like, well handled, but I can see where they were going, where it's like a fun concept where, like, you take the typical action like tropes in, like, a war film, or the typical action tropes in a detective film, and then you throw in a sci-fi element that totally shakes it completely up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's handled properly, but I like the idea of that, where you take the core concept of a predator and you throw it into a movie that everyone has seen a million times, but now here's that movie if a predator shows up.
Yeah. Yeah, that part I like, but in just execution, I don't think it works great.
Because this movie tries so hard to do, like, those detective, like, tropes where it's like the chief saying that he's out of control and shit.
Yeah, it's the hard-boiled detective story, except instead of a bad guy, it's an alien trying to kill everyone.
Yeah, but they do the bad guys in there too, where it's like Danny Glover is trying his best to subdue this gang, these, like, 2 gangs in this gang war, but then the gang war is stopped by some supernatural alien who's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I think both movies kind of have that point where he's like, okay, this isn't how this is supposed to go.
Yeah.
I actually think conceptually the Predators movie is the best concept, but just horribly executed.
Yeah. I don't know, because me and Troy are talking about doing Predators for the last movie of the month. I've heard a lot of people say that Predators is actually really good, but I don't remember it well enough to justify it. So now I'm curious to go back and check it out.
Yeah, if it was, like, unanimously, like, shit on, like, I don't think I would go and want to redo another Predator movie.
Yeah.
And maybe throw in, like, something completely different.
I feel like by the end of this month, I'm going to be super sick of Heat Vision.
Yeah.
My God.
But, like, our friend group here kind of shit on it, but then there's other people, like, that say it's great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, so I need to see it for myself, because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
So...
I don't think it was a great movie. I think the concept in this franchise is really good, but they just executed it so horribly that it was, like, from 4 minutes in, you know exactly what's going on, and then it's just the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be par for the course then, I suppose, for
Yeah.
Predator movies. Great.
And Adrian Brody's super jacked, and it's confusing a little bit.
Whatever happened to that guy? He
I don't
just
know.
fell off the map.
I was playing a piano somewhere.
Maybe we'll talk. I'll do some research. I'll bring it up when we do Predators. See
There
where
you
he's
go.
at. Maybe I'll try to tweet him if he's on Twitter. I don't know.
I'm sure he'll answer.
Maybe.
This guy's asking about me? No one ever asks about me.
Yeah.
I'm Adrian Brody.
We just go into like Adrian Brody news every week, like we did with Anthony Mackie for a while. Can I talk about like the Predator ship, or do we want to work to that still?
Well, I don't know. Well, we still have the whole scene where they're like in the slaughterhouse trying to kill the Predator.
Okay. Let's go with that.
Can we talk about the subway scene? And all I'm going to say about the subway scene is apparently no one knew that epilepsy existed in 1990 because I almost had a seizure trying to watch that fucking thing.
I know. Like, I read a fact where they said that this is right around the time where the NC-17 rating was made up, and like the MCAA gave it like a hard NC-17 with the first draft, so they had to go balls to the wall to make sure that it was rated R, like editing a whole bunch of shit. So like I can kind of see that because there's a lot of stuff in here where they do like a lot of quick cuts from some of the kills in here.
I guess I wouldn't. I guess I wouldn't even have noticed.
And like that subway scene in particular, where it's like it seems like a lot of it is just like flashing darkness, and then you're seeing like very fast flashes of like the Predator killing somebody, where it's like, well, I could not tell you a fucking thing that happened in that subway because it was just like nothing.
Other than Bill Paxton trying to shoot at the shifty figure and apparently missing for a million shots in a row.
Come on, you motherfucker!
And then throws a golf ball at him because why not?
Yeah.
His last line of defense, a golf ball.
Yeah. Now I remember what I wanted to bring up earlier and I forgot. So, what about that weird, crazy, quick sex scene in this?
Oh my god! That is like typical 80s bullshit.
That's what was my thinking was, okay, and here we go, full frontal, weird, angry sex scene that lasts 12 seconds.
Full frontal, trying to rip his dick off through your vagina sex scene, where it's like the woman just like seizuring on top of him before like a gang busts in.
Yeah, that lady was screwing him so aggressively that it made me laugh literally out loud. It was really funny.
Literally sounded like she may be tortured. Oh no, she's just having sex with this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's real life.
Then it's just never closed again to the rest of the movie.
Yeah, she's like sitting on top of him just convulsing. Like, ah! Like, my god! That's not how sex works.
Electrocuting you? What is happening?
Yeah. His dick is electrified.
Right. Okay, now I just wanted to get that out of the way.
Oh, no. It was much needed to bring up. Also, I love when he kills the head of the Jamaican gang, and they do that thing where, like, he screams, and they do that cutback where, like, he's holding the head while it's still screaming. That was pretty cool. Like,
I think that was my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I thought it was pretty well done.
Yeah, and it was out of nowhere. And I love, like, the Predator still does not get it that, like, water makes his camouflage malfunction.
Yeah.
Like, he just keeps stepping in it, and it's like, what's going on? What is this shit?
Yeah. Okay, so this is why I think the Predator is stupid.
He is stupid.
He would have had to come across water at some point, right?
Yeah.
Like, at any point.
Or at least it needs to be knowledge that water fucks your shit up.
And even in Predator 1 and in this one.
Yeah, 10 years has passed.
They're just like, what the fuck is water doing? Why can you see me?
Why is water fucking my shit up?
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Predators are stupid. They're stupid. Come at me, internet. I don't care.
Yeah.
At me.
What do you guys think of, like, the new gadgets that are introduced in Predator 2?
I like the net.
The net is, I think, is like the only cool thing they added to it. Because the net was badass.
This thing is confusing to me.
Where like it just keeps tightening until it like cuts them into like quarters.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like it. I don't care
It was
how
pretty
it
sweet.
works.
It was pretty sweet.
The spear is okay. I like that.
Yeah, it's okay.
The weird disc frisbee is
Or like
Didn't like that.
It just
Didn't
cuts Gary Busey in half.
With some reason his top half doesn't fall.
Thank you. I watched that and I was like, does he not? Did his torso just disappear?
I know, like
What
his
happened?
legs fell down, but to just vaporize his top half.
Because blood falls from his
Yeah.
top
Yes.
half, but you don't ever see
So
it fall.
confused.
Anyway, I like
It went to the same place that Mac's head went in the first one, where it got blown into pieces, but then it found a way to form back into the whole thing.
right, and it's just like bruised, or
Yeah.
it's just asleep. So yeah, that I don't like the necessarily that. There's like the like the little tuning fork thing he shoots. I don't. What
Oh
is
yeah,
that?
the thing that Danny Boy gets out of the vent.
Yeah. Was there anything else? That was about it. And then
Yeah, I
otherwise
think
he's
that's
got his
about it.
shoulder cannon and his
Yeah,
nuke.
his shoulder cannon and his gauntlet,
his
knife
gauntlet
thing
spear
out.
or whatever
Yeah.
it is. The Vega claws from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I that was good. I don't remember much of any of the other Predator movies except for like AVP, and I think he only has like the spear in that, and maybe the net. Oh, he definitely has the net because it makes that grid pattern on the alien's dome.
Oh yeah,
Or
that's
whatever.
right. And then it cuts through with the acid or some shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. And does Predator's hair? Are those like what is that? His dreads? Is it like skin?
I don't
Or
know.
is it like cables?
I thought they were gonna do like some like offensive shit where like a predator like blends in with the Jamaican gang or some
You
shit.
know what? I thought it was gonna go there too.
I was waiting for that too.
Because there's one part where it's something like a guy is silhouetted, and I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be a predator. No, it was a
I was
Rasta
waiting for like
man.
some guy like, "Hey, brethren, what you think?" And then the predator turns around and just fucking nails
Yeah,
him.
he calls him a motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker.
And offs him. He hits him with his frisbee or whatever. Oh, what you guys think of the whole predator having to like heal himself again in this chick's bathroom?
Yeah, apparently drywall's a big thing.
Gotta light something on fire. I was really confused by that sequence of events. This is like, what are happening?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. To
I like
me,
to think that like predator medical units are just full of drywall. That they
Right.
just like.
to me, like that I don't think I want that in like a predator. Like I don't need one to try to heal itself. I want it to be like the like unstoppable monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have it like be like a real threat. Like I don't want it to just bumble around and get blown away by Danny Glover like for no reason really.
But I did like that, like, the whole thing where, like, he set the device to blow up, and then Danny Glover cut it in half.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, we had to cut it in half by cutting his hand off. Like, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like it's weird that in both of these movies, like the predator gets kind of tricked, and like the protagonist of the film just kind of stumbles into beating a predator.
Yeah.
Like Schwarzenegger, like accidentally falls in mud and then can't be found, and then he realizes that he can just totally one up him doing that.
Yeah.
And then Danny Glover just like beats him because it's kind of foggy in there, and he's like behind swinging meat and just blows him away for a minute,
Yeah.
and then takes his own
Which is-
weapon and shoves it up his chest.
This is weird because he got shot roughly 5,000 times before that had no effect. But this
I know.
time,
All
for
right.
sure.
Right.
Yep. It just made him say
I also-
motherfucker.
I also really loved that Danny Glover, like, in one moment could not figure out how to take his helmet off. And he's like, oh, I just unplug the thing from over here, and then I peel it off. Just that easy. Oh, now I see it.
Yeah.
This alien technology.
Right. Yeah. What a dope.
I did like they added the thing where Danny Glover was scared of heights. Like, it made him a little more human. Like, he's not like some
Sure.
like unbeatable thing. Like, he's just like, oh shit, fucking heights.
I don't even need that because I already don't see Danny Glover as an unbeatable thing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, like he is just pretty much just a fucking like portly detective.
Right. Well, I thought he was pretty in shape for this movie. Maybe it's because I've seen a ton of Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
And like,
It-
just
The
can't
ama-
take him
Go ahead.
seriously, really.
I know. That's why I'm always curious about movies where Danny Glover's not playing Murtaugh, because it's so hard to not see him as Murtaugh.
Yeah.
That was such a mind fuck to me, is that this is 3 years after the first Lethal Weapon, and he looks 15 years younger in this movie than he did in Lethal Weapon.
No shit. Yeah, I know, because he did take his shirt off at one point, and he was pretty much jacked.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck!
Fuck Murtaugh.
The fuck, Murtaugh?
He is not too old for this shit.
No.
Son of a bitch.
He shaved off a few more years to not be too old for this shit, just to go back to being too old for this shit in like another year or so for Lethal Weapon 2.
That's right. By this point, on the side of the building, Danny Glover has cut off the Predator's arm. He's staved off the nuclear explosion, which will blow up 300 blocks.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows how big that is.
How did Arnold Schwarzenegger survive that?
I don't have any idea.
He was literally not even like 20 feet away from the Predator when it blew up in the first one.
He was behind a log.
Yeah, and then they said, in this that it blew up 300 blocks of Amazon forest.
Yeah.
Where you're like, bullshit! How is Arnold Schwarzenegger still alive?
Yeah. Good question. Nobody knows. Well, he didn't show up. Maybe he died
Maybe
of
he's not.
radiation.
Oh no, they have a whole backstory that I read. That,
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
All right. Is that what you want to get
Sure.
into later?
One of the things.
Okay. And so,
Sure seems like that's the guy you'd call if they think one of these things is trucking around greater LA.
Yeah.
so the Predator falls into and finds its way back into the Predator ship. And
That was really confusing to me. I had no idea what was going on until he walked into the ship.
Yeah, I had no idea either.
Also, his reflexes are pretty fucking awesome that he can catch himself before he falls through a manhole cover-sized hole to fall into the ship.
and not break
After
it.
the Predator was holding on to his arm by its claws from a 30-story building. That was the... Wow.
Yeah. And he not only did not break his shoulders, arms, or jaw onto this, falling into this hole.
Caught itself perfectly as an Olympic gymnast and then slowly lowered himself to the safety below.
Yeah. So he goes into the ship and he's like bewildered on what's going on, and it's like this kind of oddly ornate, like weird ship.
Yeah.
And then he sees like this wall of trophies,
Yeah.
which are
Like
just
skulls.
other skulls from other creatures, which is the first instance where they insinuate a crossover between the aliens and predators.
Yeah.
Which having
Well, the alien skull's there.
Yeah.
They have a xenomorph.
before
skull.
then there was never any reference between
Yeah.
them ever being in the same kind of universe. So that sparked the whole alien versus predator thing from
Yeah.
here.
So you can thank that for this.
But then he finds out there's human skulls, turns around to a myriad of other predators.
Oh no, he has the fight scene with the
Oh,
Predator.
yeah.
Where he's able to stave it off with like a frisbee disc
Yeah.
blade.
Right. But just like keeping it in him and just cursing at him, calling
Yeah.
him an asshole or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's where he calls him a pussy face.
I
is
thought he
around
did that
here.
when he was hanging off the building.
Maybe it was there.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
He calls him a pussy face, in this, which we've already brought up to be true. And then, so he kills the city predator that he's been fighting the whole movie.
Yep.
And then, like, a myriad of other predators show up, becoming uninvisible? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Becoming visible?
Yeah,
That
becoming
work better.
you just do that double negative.
Becoming
not
uninvisible.
not invisible.
Which makes me, like, are they just invisible in the ship, hanging out in
Yeah,
there?
they were just like watching.
Yeah, they're
I don't
just...
know. Yeah, because I don't know. It struck me as like this was like some sort of initiation or something, where he was supposed to pick somebody to kill, and then once he killed him, then he would be part of the pack or something.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I couldn't tell what it was, because it seemed like they applauded Danny Glover, or they lauded him, kind of like, hey,
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
this flintlock
They gave him, they
pistol
gave
or
him a
whatever.
fucking pistol from the 1700s.
And it's like, good job, you killed the one that's a total dick. Like, we're just gonna go throw him out the
Yeah.
ship or
we didn't like
whatever.
that guy anyway, so
See, that's how it kind of felt to me. It's like, thank God he off this prick. Here's a gun that's
Yeah.
totally useless now with
Yeah.
your sweet fucking laser gun that you have or whatever.
Now just make sure you get off the ship before we take off and blow up a city block.
And then, yeah, Danny Glover walks out defeated, covering himself in ash, and then meets up with that fucking other FBI
Adam
guy.
Baldwin.
That's okay. I didn't know that was Adam Baldwin.
Yeah.
I had no idea that's what his name was. Oh well. And then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. So, what I read up on this was like, of course, Gary Busey's role was supposed to be played by Arnold Schwarzenegger as, fuck. What was his name in Predator again?
Dutch?
Dutch, yeah. He
Yeah.
was supposed to be playing Dutch, but Arnold Schwarzenegger turned it down, so then they made up a whole backstory they don't bring up in this, where Dutch was brought to a hospital where he was like suffering from some sort of radiation poisoning.
Oh, I was close.
And but he still found a way to escape and go missing.
Okay.
But they don't bring that up in the movie. There was just like something that they brought up in like some kind of backstory for something.
Sure. Yeah.
Where it's like, so they still could not bring it up to like kill off Arnold Schwarzenegger. They didn't still need to like, he might come back in another movie. Stay tuned, he might be
Right.
back.
Right.
But the whole Flint pistol thing, like when he gives Danny Glover that Predator 3 was supposed to be like a prequel, like a way back prequel where a Predator stalks pirates in the 1700s.
Oh. Okay.
And this was supposed to be kind of like connected to that, where like that Predator giving Danny Glover that Flint pistol was supposed to be connected to Predator 3, which was supposed to be a Predator stalking pirates like in the Caribbean, like in the 1700s.
A super prequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like that though, because it's still them sticking to that whole idea of let's go down the action trope line, where it's like now we're going to like an old-fashioned swashbuckling pirate movie where a predator jumps in and fucks shit up.
Yeah. That would be interesting. Plus, you could also possibly get the fact that a predator would dress up maybe as Captain Hook or a pirate.
I was thinking of like
Jack Sparrow has dreadlocks too. You're right
That's
there.
very true.
I
It's a
was thinking-
tri-corner hat.
I was thinking to be like a sweet scene where it's like a pirate and a predator are like sword fighting on like a crow's nest, where like the predator has his fucking like gauntlet blades out and they're like ching 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 ching.
Yeah. The predator's
That'd
got
be
like
pretty
an eye
boring
patch.
if he had the shoulder cannon though.
Oh yeah, and then just blows him up.
they disguise the shoulder cannon as a parrot.
There have been people saying that that's the parrot cannon.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's like an internet thing where they call it the parrot cannon.
Nice. I love it. So yeah, that's pretty much Predator 2 in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So, would you recommend watching Predator 2?
I mean, it wasn't as fun as I remembered it being, but I didn't like completely hate it. I thought there was like some decent moments in it, and I still like the idea of them trying to go down like the action movie trope line and then just throwing a predator in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one is like super over the top where like there's some scenes where you can't even pull out like the actual tropes. It's just people going insane on drugs and firing guns at each other.
Yeah.
But I did like the idea of it, and there are some moments in it that I kind of liked. I'll give it like a C plus.
Okay. I'm on the fence if I would recommend it or not, because I keep saying, like, I don't think I like Predator. So, I don't know if I would recommend this one, really. But I'm going to grade it as a C minus.
Yeah.
Aaron, what would you say?
If asked, I would recommend the original Predator and only that Predator. If someone was unfamiliar, and I would give it a C minus, I think.
Oh shit.
All right. There you have it. Predator 2. Below average.
Yeah.
There you have it. And that's final.
It's final.
So let us know what you think, listeners out there. Write in. You can do so on Twitter. You can do so in Gmail. Whatever you'd like to do, let us know what you thought of the Predator franchise, Predator 2, Predators. Going to see the new one? Let us know.
Yeah. The Predator is the newest one.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Come on.
Fucking A, man.
Fucking A, man.
Well, besides diving back into Predators, anything else you've been into Aaron, have you been into anything else?
Not really. The wife and I are neck deep in the second season of Atypical, which is our favorite show, and you should all watch it because it's really funny and enlightening.
Is that the one where like a kid's kind of like has like Asperger's?
Yes, it's about a family. The main protagonist is an 18-year-old kid with high-functioning autism, and what goes on with his family. It's very funny. It's a very good show on Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen things for it. I kind of want to check it out.
I would recommend it. It's really entertaining and well written.
Nice.
Okie doke. JT, you been into anything?
I watched the film with David Tennant in it called Bad Samaritan.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was decent. It was
Okay.
like a fun kind of like action, or not action, like suspense kind of film. For those that don't know, it's about like these two kids that use a valet service to rob people, and they rob David Tennant, who's like this like rich dickhead, where when the kid breaks in, finds out that he's keeping a young girl captive and tries to free her, but in the process is not successful, and David Tennant finds out about it and ruins his life.
Oh, look out.
So it's a matter of him trying to piece his life back together while also trying to save this girl, while David Tennant is just this kind of psychopath that is like obsessed with him now. And it was good. There's definitely some high tension moments. If you're like a fan of David Tennant, especially David Tennant when he was the Purple Man and Jessica Jones, you should definitely suggest checking it out. It's fun.
All right. What's that on again?
Oh, I got the disc.
Ah, you fucker. God, always getting discs.
I got discs, brah. Also, I'm about halfway through the latest season of Ozark Season 2.
Okay.
And it is, I think it's up there as one of my favorite series right now.
I really liked that first season a lot.
Oh, I know. And the second season does not hold back. Like, it feels like every episode they just ramp up, like, how fucked Jason Bateman's fucking scenario is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, he still finds ways to, like, just prolong his inevitable death. Like, it's not like he never finds solutions. It's just prolonging his inevitable death every single time. So you're just kind of watching, just waiting, like, when are they going to just realize that this is just a lost cause and just fucking kill him already?
Yeah, I like it because it's kind of like Breaking Bad, except he's not trying to necessarily be bad. He's just trying to get out of shit. Really.
Yeah, like it's literally like him just like stoking a fire that's like on the verge of just erupting around his entire family.
Yeah.
Like, I like it because it's like Breaking Bad if like Walter White was like, "Hey guys, I'm making meth." Like the first episode, and then from then on it's just like no one is just like, he's not trying to like tiptoe around his family. He's not like trying to tiptoe around his family at all. They all know he's a piece of shit. But it's just the forces around him are so fucking bad that nothing he does ever fucking helps.
Yeah.
Like, anything that he does where it's like, oh shit, he found a solution, but that solution leads to 2 or 3 more problems.
Yeah.
I love it. It's such a fucking good show. Ozark is so good.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
Have you seen Ozark, Big A?
I think I have one episode left in the first season. I enjoy it very, very much.
Yeah.
I pretty much share your opinion as far as it's right along the lines of Breaking Bad, as far as quality storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, highly suggest it. And my last thing I've been into, Troy, you're gonna fucking hate me. I've been playing the fuck out of that new Spider-Man game.
Damn it.
On PS4. It is so fucking fun.
That's all I've been seeing.
Oh,
Like,
my God.
on fucking Twitter, on fucking YouTube. That's all I see is fucking the Spider-Man game, and all I want to do is play it.
And
I can't.
it's played up in a way where it doesn't follow like comic book lore of Spider-Man, but they take the characters and they build their entire, like, a completely original story around it, and it's really fucking cool. Like, Norman Osborn's the mayor of New York City. Like, you work for Otto Octavius, who's not even Dr. Octopus yet.
Oh, okay.
And But they still have, like, the Shocker and Rhino and all of those guys out there still. But, yeah, like, they play it up where it's like they take the characters from Spider-Man, but they mix them up in a way where it's still an original story and you don't really know where it's going to go, and it's really fun.
Cool.
Like, you and MJ used to date, but now you've broken up, and she works for the Daily Bugle, but you don't work for the Daily Bugle, you work for Otto Octavius.
Huh.
Like, it's kind of all over the place, but it's a really fun game. And, like, they even, like, played up in a way where, like, one of the things, like, one of the side missions you do is you pick up backpacks that are around the city, and picking those up, like, they give you, like, glimpses into, like, your backstory, where, like, every backpack you pick up, it's like, oh, this is from when I did this when I was younger.
All right.
And stuff like that. So, like, you piece together your backstory based on these things you find throughout New York City, and it's really fun.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm almost halfway through it, like, by now. It's so much fun.
Well, I'm fucking completely jealous. How do you like to hear that? Jesus Christ.
Well, Troy, what have you been into?
Well, JT, before the show, I told you, I'm like, you know what? I think I actually watched a movie that wasn't for the show.
Okay.
But it's one I've already seen, and it's just Infinity War. I watched Infinity War again. It's still great.
Okay, I need to go back and watch Infinity War again.
I liked it a lot. My favorite scene still is, like, when Thor comes back to Earth.
Yeah.
God, it's so fucking good. It gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, it's good. I think I still love that fucking scene with Gamora. Like, that scene.
Oh, yeah. That's really good, too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Because I think when I saw it, I didn't even see that come. Like, when I saw it coming, I was like, they're not going to do that. Oh, shit, they're going to do that.
Yeah. I also forgot, like, this, but, like, in the very opening, where Thanos just fucking rope-a-dopes the Hulk.
Yeah.
And he's just whooping the shit out of him. And
Not
I'm
even before that, he kills almost an entire planet of people.
Yeah. Well, you don't see it, but it's like...
Yeah, but they insinuate that, yeah, he just killed almost an entire planet full of people.
Yeah. Still good. Still great movie. Looking out for that Avengers 4 coming up soon.
There you go.
Also, I've been reading a lot of Batman, and...
Yeah, I've seen that. I saw the thing that Ghost Hunter Dave posted for your Imperious Rex coming up, and I'm like, Jesus, is he going to read anything else?
No.
Besides Batman for the rest of the year?
Nope. So, if anyone doesn't know, I retweeted the infographic that GHD put up. Just see what I have in store for
I was
myself.
say, does he have, like, something on you? Is there, like, some kind of... So I was like, I know GHD loves Batman, but I was like, I don't think Troy loves Batman that much that he would be willing to give up a year.
It was... Well, it's not gonna... It's just the last quarter of the year.
Still, that's a lot of time.
I know. And it's like... it's more than a book a week. Like a trade a week that I have to read. So,
like, I saw that and I'm like, he has to, like, is he holding something that he loves hostage? That Troy has to read that much Batman in that much time?
Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing probably till the end of the year. So, I've got a good stint of it already started. So I almost have all of whatever October read already.
Woof.
So there you have it. I'm gonna have Batman on the brain for a while. So that might be all I've been into for the remainder of the year. We'll just put that out there.
Oh, man.
But that's pretty much it, JT. So if people want to give you fun infographics of what they're up to, where could they do that?
They can find me at Bucky Forever on Twitter. Also, Bucky Forever on Instagram, and anyone at Bucky Forever on Snapchat. Big A! Anyone want to reach you?
Probably not. On Snapchat, but I don't know what it is offhand. Don't reach.
Sweet, I'll let him know. Troy!
You can find me at Short of the Max on Twitter. You can find both me and JT at Review Pod on Twitter, where we post all of our new episodes as well as the polls of the week. So check those out every single day. We got something new up there usually every single day. Also, you can find us on Facebook. gmail.com/review-review-pod. You can listen to all of our new episodes uploaded onto a myriad of platforms such as reviewreviewpod.podbean.com and Stitcher and Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Player FM. What else? Am I missing anything, JT? We're pretty much out there at every single
everywhere.
platform.
Just look us up. You'll find us.
Yeah, Spotify. We're on Spotify, for Christ's sakes.
Jesus.
But if you happen to be an Apple user, hey, do us a favor. If you like the show, give us a rate, give us a comment. Do all you can. Go to the nearest Apple store and subscribe on every single computer to our podcast. Because if you like the show, that helps other people find the show as well. And if you want something long form to come into our inbox, that inbox email address is reviewreviewpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So do all of those things. Our DMs are open, people.
Yeah. Jump in our DMs.
So that's going to be the show this week.
Yeah.
Next week, The Predator.
Next week, The Predator. And look out for our special episode on Monday.
Yes.
Where we were already cracking up some Coors
That's right.
as we're about ready to record our episode for our Burt Reynolds tribute
That's right.
for Smokey and the Bandit.
That's right. So check that out Monday as a special release. And then, again, Thursday, watch for our The Predator review.
The
to
Predator.
drop.
Yes.
The Predator.
Not Predator, The Predator.
That's right. The Predator. That'll be next. That's all what's coming up next week.
For Preda-tember.
So until Monday, where you hear our voices again, I've been Short of the Max Extreme.
I am JT3K.
And for Big A, we are off.